The wonderful Courtney Stapleton and Elouise Davies.
What a
How are you, loves?
Good. That was sorry about that. That was me.
We laughed. We didn't say anything worse. It could have been anything.
Are you okay? How have you been? I mean, I saw you not that long ago, but how have you been?
Yeah, fine.
We've had a good week.
We have had a good week, actually.
Good. That's good.
Yeah, I mean, it's still like, what is life? But we're making lemonade out of lemons, so.
Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? I was saying today, I've actually been fine. The last couple of lockdowns have been fine. There's something about this one that feels.
Yeah. There was something about January that went on for at least 3 years.
Yeah, I think because it's like New Year and stuff as well. You expect like, oh, New Year, it's exciting. Like, oh,
Yeah.
you know. And no, it's
No, nothing.
That first lockdown feels like. Also, we just wasted time in our first lockdown. We just played The Sims all day.
Oh,
But now we're like,
those were the days.
we can't actually do that anymore. We have to live.
I have never played The Sims. Like, is it really addictive?
It is, but it's more addictive during like the building of your house and the making of your characters than it is to like actually live in The Sims.
We did stop after that, didn't we?
Okay, got you.
But it would probably kill at least a month of your life just building the house. So let's say go for it.
Yeah, I'll do that for a bit. So we've had some amazing questions.
Yes.
You've had lots of questions actually. First question from Natalie Wharton _1, which is classic Natalie. Who inspired you to start in musical theatre?
You want to go?
All right, I'll go first. I would say my brother probably did. Not specifically musical theatre. My brother, my whole family is quite musical. My eldest brother grew up dancing and my middle brother grew up singing. So I was like, oh, that's so much fun. And we just did it all the time around the house. And then I went to the same dance school as my brother. And then from there, I think my love for musical theatre grew. But I was quite late to the musical theatre scene because I only really started singing when I was like auditioning for drama school. So yeah, I would give it to my brother. Yeah, he gets the points for that one.
Say like where me and Eloise met.
Oh my god, yes! I don't know if we've ever told this story before.
No.
Oh, I even know this.
We did a pantomime in Richmond.
Yeah.
Right. And Jerry Hall, the like very famous Jerry Hall, was playing. It was Snow White, and she was the Wicked Queen. And I don't really know what happened actually, but she just like. Do you remember? I can't really remember.
Yeah, she's Mick Jagger's ex-wife, right? And she lives around there. So she was employed because she was like the town celeb
Star.
And she basically went off sick like it's the day after Boxing Day or something the day before Christmas or something like that. Anyway, she never came back.
Yikes.
She never came back.
Never came back. That was it. She just left because she was sick, and then I think she kind of had left it too long, and then I was Amy's Wicked Queen. She was Snow White, and that was that for months.
I'm like 10 years older than you, which is so funny.
You just came in like day after Boxing Day, like, hey guys.
Yeah, honestly, it was my first job ever.
Wow.
It was amazing though. It was amazing. Like obviously Jerry Hall is Jerry Hall, but Eloise is Eloise. Do you know what I mean? So I think the song was like "Sweet Dreams" or "Tainted Love," one of those.
Classic.
And you sang the beep out of it. It was amazing.
I actually forget that's our initial.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's I love it. I love that story. But Courtney, who inspired you to get, or someone who inspired you to get into music?
So I actually danced. I did ballroom and Latin, like Strictly Come Dancing for 10 years. I did it for 10 years. I started when I was like 6 and I did it until I was like mid-teens. And I loved doing it, and me and my sister used to do it as well. We used to go to all the competitions like every other weekend. We'd go up to Blackpool. We actually won one year at Blackpool, which was the British Championships. Don't mind us.
Although she always told me that she was like British ballroom champion, and I thought she meant like specifically just her. Like
I
she
never
was
said
the best
that.
in the world.
I never said that. We were part of a team. It was like a team thing. But yeah, I did that, and then something happened at school, and there was a very like buzzing like dance and drama department at my secondary school, and the drama teacher just like decided one day that I should start doing it. So he like basically forced me to sing at this Christmas concert, and my mum and dad were in the audience, and they genuinely thought I was gonna like throw up on the stage because I was singing. I can't even remember what the song was, but they said I was green because I was so nervous. And then I don't know what happened after that. I've just never looked back. And then I joined my youth theatre back in where I'm from, and I did that for like 3 or 4 years. And then I was like, great, this is me. I'm doing it.
Or like did you know you could sing like before that moment?
Not like, I wouldn't have been like, yeah, I'm a good singer. I was like, it was like that was me testing the waters, and then like people around me were like, oh, you have a nice voice, and I was like, oh, okay.
That is mental.
Yeah.
Isn't
Weird.
it?
Mad. Otherwise I would have just been in my sparkles at Blackpool still now.
That's my favourite thing though, you know, I love a sparkle. I'm all about that line. So we've got from I might pronounce this wrong, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I don't know.
Well, Stan Elouise.
Yes.
Oh, I get that.
Yes, how do you say it?
Well, I don't actually. Basically, I got a coffee from Starbucks once, and they spelt my name like Alwais, like Always. And then, lo and behold,
Always.
Always.
Okay, well, Always says, if you wrote a jukebox, this is a good question. If you wrote a jukebox musical, whose music would it be based around, and what would it be about? That's a good question.
Yeah, that is.
We have two very different answers.
Oh, okay.
Mine is pure like feel good. I feel like there's a musical to be made out of One Direction's music, and it would be like, you know, like a rom-com chick flick kind of. There's a love story going on, but you don't really know it's happening, and then everything falls into place at the end. I feel like that would be.
That is the last thing I thought you say would be songs. I did not expect that to come out of your mouth.
I think there would be some absolute bops in that, I have to say.
Yeah, 100%, but yeah,
He is a secret, not so secret fan.
No, I love One Direction till I die.
Hey, interesting. I've learned something new about you today.
I would say, well, my initial thought was Avril Lavigne Let Go album 2002,
Yes.
Because I just think, imagine the orchestrations on her songs for a musical. That'd be great. But seems like it'd be quite a sad musical, which everyone loves. Everyone loves a sad musical, but I was thinking even better than that, Carrie Underwood musical. Because she's got some rock bangers, she's got some country classics, and she's got so many songs that you could literally make any story that you could ever possibly want out of them.
Yeah, country songs, man, have got such a good story to them already.
Yeah,
exactly.
I love that. See, mine would be Aerosmith, because it's like my favourite band ever, but quite similar because it's that country sort of rock. Do you know what I mean? They've also got, I just love it.
It will happen, Amy. It will happen.
I'll be 45 by the time. We've got Sarah Lou Woods. Do you ever feel pressured to be constantly proud or talk about LGBTQ in the theatre world?
No. I feel like we don't really talk about it that much. I feel like it comes up and we're happy to be open about it. But I think there's a difference between some people are very like performative, especially on social media, and they like to like shove their views and opinions down people's throats, which if that is what works for them, then great, but I've never felt the need to have to constantly be like shouting from the rooftops, I'm a lesbian and I like musicals.
Please let me your next status.
I'm gonna tweet it. Yeah,
just for me, please. No, I agree with you. Yeah, 100%.
I've never felt pressured to do anything like that. If anything, I feel like maybe this might come up a bit later, but like I'm not sure when I was getting into musical theatre that there was a huge presence, especially for like gay women in the industry. Like, hand on heart, I didn't know they existed. I know it's naive and I know it's stupid, but like that was such a shock to me to find out that there are other people like it. So if anything, it feels good to be like, oh hi, like there are actually people here, but I don't feel pressure to do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
not to talk about Six, but I feel like that was a good kind of turning point. I mean, that's not the only thing, but I think because in the show you can kind of be whatever you want to be. I think they did, not that it wasn't acceptable before that, obviously not, but I think that show is so just like, what's the word? Don't know, especially with the fans and stuff as well. I think it really helps younger people with their sexuality. So I think that was a big turning point.
Yeah, definitely.
Agree.
Yeah.
So Jessie_K.Howard.A3 says, what is your favourite song to sing with each other?
Hard question, Jessie_.123. We go through phases. Like we'll find a song that like we both love to sing together, and then we'll just like sing it for like 2 weeks non-stop, and then
we usually try and record a video of it and don't get a take that we like, and then we get rid of it. So
and then 2 weeks one day comes and we're like, we hate this song now. But
there's definitely like solid like artists. Like we'll always go to Sarah Bareilles, we'll always go to Lizzie McAlpine.
The song that we're singing for
Break Free.
We love that song. And
it's amazing. And actually, when you left the other day, Nathan, who did all the mixing for it, was like, they're like, obviously I was listening back to it after you went, and he was like, their voices are just like, they blend so well together, and it just sounded like, obviously it was a recording, but it sounded like on the radio recording. It was just like so perfect.
We can't hear it.
But that one, we loved singing that. That it was
that
Katie
sort
Turner,
of vibe,
wasn't it?
is definitely very us.
It was like really chilled, but like beautiful harmonies. Bang on. It was fantastic, guys. Make sure you get your tickets to Break Free.
Break your ticket.
Yes, we've got from Charlotte G. Biggest thing you've learned about yourselves over the past year? It's a good one.
This answer is also very different, isn't it?
I feel like we're opposites in this case, really. Like
I feel like I was nearing, if not at the end of, my tether with this industry.
Were you? I didn't know that.
To say the least. And I had been like wanting a break from it for a while, but in the way that the world does, every time you want something to happen, the opposite thing happens. And so I was kind of just going with it, but I've been really grateful, even though the circumstances weren't what I would have chosen. I've just been very grateful to have like a step back from all of it and like take a breath. And I think a lot of the frustration and like anxiety that I had towards all of it has sort of like definitely calmed down now, which is good because I feel like I can hopefully go back with fresh eyes. But yeah, it was definitely needed for me to do that, and I'm really grateful actually that it's happened. I feel
like everything for you happened. Everything was just so quick, as in even since I've known you, it's just like you never stopped. It was a lot of stress.
I was stressed
on all of us. Do you know what I mean? On all of us. But
oh my god, we were all stressed. But I was just like, I just felt like I couldn't breathe. Felt like I couldn't breathe for so long, and now I feel like I'm like so that's good. I don't want it to go on very much longer.
I know.
But it's been good for me.
It's been good for me as well. I feel like I very much always came from a point of view that was like, there's more to life than this industry, like even when I was in it. And I think maybe that was a way of me dealing with like certain things, like I don't know, like gaps in between work and stuff, and I was just like, I definitely was someone who could treasure time outside of the industry, like with family or with other hobbies or other things that I like to do. And I was similar to you, like it was affecting like the way that I loved the industry, because I don't know, not that I'd given up, but I was just like, oh, I don't actually know whether this is really important to me anymore, because I found love in other areas. And now, strangely, and I really didn't think it would happen, like I think I've had time to think about it and like realize I actually do really love it. And all these little concerts and all these like little gigs or things that we've had to do, I've just really enjoyed, because I don't know, it's not like you have to do this because it's a job. It's like you can kind of choose what you do.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I feel like it's given me time to realize, oh, actually I do really enjoy it and I do really love it and I do want to go back into it. Whereas I didn't know if I wanted to do that before.
Yeah. And like it's good to, the same as you, like I never had any time to process anything that's happening ever. So you do just like, you're always in a bit of like a just, you just do it, don't you?
Yeah, you just do it, even if you don't think it's the right thing.
Yeah, and you don't know. You
Yeah.
just go with it because you're programmed to go with it. But like you said, this time it's given us that time that we've never had. I've never had this amount of time in my whole life to actually process anything.
Yeah.
So I imagine everyone's going through a bit of a good like clear out mentally.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, I think we've learned that like you just don't have to spend money all the time. Like when we were living in London, like honestly, when we
first met, we went for brunch like every day. We were like, should we go for brunch? Every day for like the first month of our relationship was brunch or dinner or both.
Broke, and then that was it, wasn't it?
Yeah. No. Look at us now.
I think it's just you just learn to live differently, don't you? When you're not in the middle of London.
Yeah. I mean, I miss brunch though. I love brunch.
Yeah,
love brunch.
Would kill to go for brunch every day at the moment. Not gonna lie.
I love a good brunch, but from M_IllyRod 110. We've got what was your favourite queen to perform, and for Eloise we've got what's your favourite role you've ever played. I know Kay Howard, Courtney. I know you're going to say Kay Howard.
I could answer it for you, I think.
Could you? I always get this question and I never know the answer. I loved your Aragon. Loved it. I know, but I loved it.
So did I.
Thank you. I thought you were amazing. I mean, you're amazing, all of them, but I thought that was great.
Yeah, I don't know. It was always a bit tarnished for me ever since the dreaded day. What was his name? Graham? Was his name Graham?
Graham?
Do you know why I hated it so much?
Don't go blaming.
No.
Blaming Graham.
I'm not.
Maybe I don't know.
Because, God, I feel like no one actually knows this story, but do you remember, were you even there? Maybe not. It might have just been me and Vicky because we were new. But we had our sound check, our only sound check before we went on. We had a dep on the drums.
Oh my God, I do know. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And he didn't ever get it right, not once. I never ever ran through that whole section of the show, which is basically her, like she's done, isn't she, after that, ever before I was on stage. And I just, I could never get past the anxiety of not knowing what was going to happen.
Oh, Graham.
I think his name is
Graham.
I can't remember.
I hope it's not, because there's going to be a lot of Grahams out there thinking, I've ruined I hope it's not Graham.
I was just like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, how are you getting this so wrong? And that was the end of it. That was the end of me and Aragon. We parted ways on that day.
Yeah, no, I know your pain. Do you remember, I don't know if you were there when I literally blanked and couldn't remember the words, when I went, oh, sorry, like this. But like up until that point, I was like confident, yeah, I've got this, like we'll never think about it, just go out there and do it. And then I completely dried and went, oh, sorry. And
Yeah,
in that moment, I just couldn't get past it, and I had the most anxiety for about 6 months because I just couldn't deal with it.
I don't know, because like I never got over it, but I also was I was always so stressed about it that there was a show where I was on where the click track went out of time with the band. So there was 2 lots of dum dum, and I was trying to speak and it was like dum 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 dum, and I was like, okay, this was what I was always feared, but I somehow managed to get back to where it finished.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was just after that I couldn't breathe, and then my breathing was just gone, and then I had to sing and dance at the same time, which has just always been a struggle for me. And it was just... Anyway, that's not the question. The question was who was my favourite, and
I know Seymour. Was it?
It would. I feel like it's Seymour just like too close to call between Seymour and Parr, because I feel like Seymour has like such a nice ride throughout the course of the show, but Parr has that whole like feeling of like, yes, like this is it. Yeah. So I don't know. It would depend on what day it was, I think.
Yeah, I feel you. They're both great. You're great, all of them. I think the thing about Six is it's like, it's those in-ears. You feel like you're going on this train that you can't get off. So sometimes if you miss a beat, literally if you miss one beat, you're like, oh my God, I don't know who I am anymore.
It's so true. I just like, do you know what? I would love to go back and do it and only have to think about one track. I feel like I would actually like enjoy myself if I wasn't like in my own head doing the show as a monologue, but missing bits out depending on who I was on for.
Yeah.
Like, so, you know, watch this space. Maybe would you go back?
Would you go back?
I would go back to do one track.
For one night only.
For one night only. So
one night only. Eloise, what's your favourite part that you've played?
I don't know. It's a hard one, really. I would say it's probably... I think if I had given Brooke in Be More Chill, like if I'd been in it for longer, I would potentially say that, because I'm someone who definitely like grows as the time goes on, but I don't feel like I'd really got to the point where I could fully like entirely get to where I wanted to be. Mm-hmm. But I think Frenchie was fun, but I think that was mostly down to the cast that I had, because I just had the best time on that job. I'm not sure I realised it at the time, but like looking back, that whole show was just so much fun. And also up until that point in my career, I'd only been ever employed to sing. Like I was like in shows and I was acting and whatever, but it was always like just someone who just like belted their face off the whole time, and it was really nice to have to do a role where I actually didn't sing at all in that show. And I just got to like...
I loved you in that.
Oh, I wish I'd seen it.
She was great.
I had like this cute little wig, and
she had this cute little pink wig, and she had a little pink ladies on, and she was like bopping around doing the hand jive and that. So good.
I'm gonna go with that, yeah.
So we've got from Courtney Stapleton.
Courtney Stapleton.
Oh, yeah. What a classic.
How is the work on Milo going?
Guys,
it's really coming on.
It's really thick and fast. I mean, it's not. We've
got so much stuff to do. But I think because I've been working so much, like I only ever had the evenings or the weekends to work on it with Courtney. So either like it was hard for Courtney to be motivated to do it on her own, or like it would just be freezing cold and dark. Whereas like I've had a bit of time off this week, and I will do in a couple of weeks as well. And it's just like we've been able to do bits, haven't we?
Do it. Like I've been trying to do it on my own as well when Eloise has been at work, which is just like next to impossible. So to have like two hands, I'm actually just going to show you this picture because I don't know if you've seen it, but this is where we're at.
Fantastic.
So
I mean, all it is white walls, but like up until this point, we've had to do there's much groundwork.
So much to do, like putting the windows in and doing the insulation and running the electrical wires to everywhere that there's going to be a plug socket or a light or anything like that. So we've literally been working on it since October, and we've only just now got to the point where we've put the walls up and we can start doing like the kitchen and the bathroom and the bed and all of that you actually see. So now every time we do anything, it seems like we've done so much because it's so visual. Whereas before I literally spent probably about 2 weeks in there wiring, and it looked like I hadn't done anything.
What, like, how long, when will it be finished? And then what's the plan?
Well,
we didn't put a time frame on it because we didn't want it to be pressurized, but we do want to get it done like before the summer.
Yeah, probably like April time, so that we can, if the world opens up, hit the road.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
Yeah.
That sounds lovely. I want to go on another walk again. I'm planning.
A walk?
Oh yeah, you
walk. I just meant to walk around the park.
I'm going to go on a little jaunt, you know, just round my local.
You don't need to wait till the summer for that, Aimie.
Oh my God, I forgot that you did that.
That's so cool.
How was that? Was that like the most epic thing you've ever done?
Amazing, you know. I actually, even though it's hard,
yeah,
hairy moments, I loved it. I love being on my own. I love being with the dogs. I love being in nature. It's like
win-win.
So I'm just thinking, I'm just going to leave again. I'm going to try and do the Land's End to John O'Groats. So I've gone that way.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that way, which will be about like 3 months walking. But what else am I doing, guys? Do you know what I mean?
Walking boots.
So we've got a question from Sarah_Riley. Are there any other LGBTQ plus performers that inspire you, like you inspire us?
This is similar to the other question where I said, like, I didn't realize when I was like getting into it that that there was such a community. I really didn't know, and I know it's naive now, but I didn't know anyone, especially at college. And I think it's one of those things that once you are in the little industry and the community, you realize how big it is and how loving and how open and welcoming it is. And I only really realized that through 2 of my friends who were in a relationship and were like open about their relationship, and I found that really helpful. So I think the people that inspire me most are my friends within the community, because it just makes it feel like such a more warm and welcoming place that it is than I ever knew before. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
I don't feel like there's anyone, I mean there probably is, but that springs to mind that is like a huge star like in our industry that I think I look up to that person because of their LGBTQ background. But I have...
That is not already one of our lovely friends.
I was going to say, but I have so many friends like you, like Millie, like Alex Thomas Smith, that are like so close to me, that are so open about who they are, and like it's just really lovely to be like surrounded by that all the time. So I feel like if people just find their people, I think those are the people that you will be inspired the most by.
Yeah. It's all about the community, isn't it, really? And the people you have in the inner circle. I'm always talking about that, like, have your inner circle, those are your people. You can have other people, you know, hanging around, but it's like that tight community that's so important. So Natalie Wharton, we have one from, we've got another one from Natalie.
Natalie.
What show would you like to do together? Good question. There's so many that you guys could do together.
Yeah, well, wait for it.
I'm not sure I could work with her.
Oh, really?
I love you to pieces, but I'm the one that she comes home to and she's had a bad day at work. Like, I know you inside out. I think I could work with her if we were like on an absolute even playing field within the cast, which also narrows down the shows that we could do, I think. I would do The Prom with you. I would do Jagged Little Pill with you.
Yeah. Oh my God, yes, you could do that.
But I couldn't be your understudy. Let me just tell you that for free. I'm joking.
No, it is tough, like working with your partner. I did it with Jen for like, well, it was only 2, maybe 3 weeks we did it. Oh, it was a nightmare. Oh, the arguments that ensued were like nothing you've ever known. Honestly, we were so
stressed. I just think we're such, like, although we get on so well together, like in that sort of environment, we are such different people. Like Courtney has 100%. No qualms in like doing what you speaking your mind, and I am someone who, like, wrongly would probably let a load of people walk over me because I just am not very good at confrontation, and I just think those two things in a professional environment would probably not work very well. Sorry to break anyone's heart, but I'm not sure it will happen.
Oh, I don't know. The universe has a type, isn't it?
I wouldn't say no. I'm only joking.
Thanks.
Well, maybe when Courtney goes back into 6, that could be a thing.
Yeah, for that one night only.
Eloise is in that show. We all know that. Pride Cape Kid, yes. Do you have any advice on how to deal with transphobic and homophobic people?
Yeah, that's hard. It is hard. I definitely would say there's no like right or wrong way of dealing with people like that. I think sometimes it's hard. In some cases, I think some people are in a frame of mind at a time in their life that there's not much that you can say that will change their opinion or their view, in which case maybe don't waste your energy on something that you're maybe going to fight and lose battle over. But then at the same time, I think it's easier to see the people who are like open to a conversation about something to maybe like learn another point of view. But I definitely think that people who have very strong homophobic or transphobic beliefs often have more of a problem with something inside themselves than they do with the person that they're projecting it onto. So I think that is definitely something to think about if you're in a situation like that, that obviously you don't know what their situation is, and it's hard to be empathetic towards somebody who's maybe not being very nice to you, but it very well could be that they're very unhappy with something inside themselves and they're finding somebody else to take it out on. So try not to take it too much to heart.
Yeah, really good advice.
Yeah, you're better at that sort of thing than me, I think.
Eloise likes to see the good in everybody.
Yeah, I do. And so, like, wrongly, so I know it's like my biggest downfall as well.
No, it's good. I think it's good to see the good.
But there are things that are inexcusable, and I just think in that situation, I think it's like important for some, like, if it's really affecting you a lot. I think what I've learned is like it's not on your own shoulders to like specifically change everyone in the world. Like sometimes you just have to like ride your own wave and deal with like the things that you want to deal with and things that you have to deal with. Like you won't change the world independently on your own. So just stick with the people that make you happy, and there's a lot more love in the world than there is hate.
Yes, there is. Okay, soft snakes.
Who comes up with these, honestly?
There are some classics, honestly.
If you could swap lives with a character you played before, which character and why?
Well, this is easy for me because I've got pretty slim pickings. I'm going to start sort of at the beginning. Eponine is a no-go because down, 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 and then she dies.
Yeah.
Sorry, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. I would say I don't think I want to be a part of the dystopian, futuristic world of Bat Out of Hell. As, you know, it might be exciting to see the future, but not if it looks like that. Also, not keen on being any one of Henry's wives, because not ideal. And Zoe, also sad, sad, sad. So probably I would go back to Mamma Mia and I'd go to the hen night, I'd be on a Greek island and I'd be loving my life.
Right, yeah, Good choice. Good choice.
You couldn't get further away from mine. I'd go back to my very first job. Well, other than the panto, Snow White, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't be the.
Oh yeah.
I would go back to. I did Bad Girls straight out of college, and I would be my character that I was in Bad Girls. I covered Nikki Wade, but I would be the ensemble number, whatever I was in Bad Girls, just because I want to see what it's like inside prison.
Wow. Okay, you went there, right? That's...
I want to see. Like, we're hooked on all these movies and dramas. What happened with you over there?
Oh, the door just went. Ribby! Oh, he's on it. It's his Amazon delivery. God, I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, hopefully, like, do I have to be them indefinitely forever?
Well, I don't know.
However long the sentence is.
Yeah, true.
I'm not sure about that one. Gosh, yeah, I couldn't pick with that. I mean, what is happening? Ribs!
Everything all right?
I hope it's something good that you've ordered.
I'm excited. Okay. Last question is, this is from Rachel_HFR, if you could be best friends with if you could be best friends with any celebrity, who would you pick?
Ooh. See, I'm not someone who's like big on celebs, but the ones that I love, I really love. Do you know what I mean? I've got like my slim choices. The woman who got me into singing was Jessie J, and I always just thought like, I feel like you'd be my best friends, and I'll stick by that one. But also obsessed with Pink. I just think she's like the coolest, and her kids are just like the best. So there's that. Oh, I thought of someone else, but then you wanted him. Go on, say what you want to say.
Well, we both agreed on Harry Styles.
Yeah, what is this One Direction thing, man?
Yeah,
No, just specifically him.
Even more so since he's left One Day.
One day.
I actually remember who I was thinking. Jaden Smith.
Yes.
Yeah.
He does really good things with the world, and I'm just like, I would love to be your friend and go on that journey with you and meet your dad. Oh, it's a question. But no, probably Jessie J.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really do like favourites, do I?
Yeah.
I don't really have.
That was hard when we first started going out. What's your favourite colour? Don't have one.
It's not a thing. You don't do favoritism.
No, I go through like phases of like, I'll love something and then I just don't look at it for a while. Or the same with people and music, and yeah, I don't know. I feel like Adele would be a laugh to be friends with.
Oh yeah, that's right.
When she's not being down, sad.
Yeah.
Can't we all though?
Yeah, of course. But she's got like how many 3 sad albums now?
Yeah, she needs to bring one with a bit. But do you know what? That's what the people want. They want a sad song.
No one wants
That's her thing. That is her thing.
That is her thing, and I'm okay with that. You need a song that you can cry to, you know.
People are suggesting Zendaya for me, which is a big yes, but also
I wouldn't allow it.
She wouldn't allow it.
She's so fit.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think we could just be friends. So.
Well, on that note, that was a brilliant end to this interview. Thank you, everyone who watched. It's been Thespie Thursday with Courtney Stapleton and Elouise Davis.
Yay! Thanks, guys.
Thanks for having us, Aimie.
Thank you so much. Now, if you want to catch Courtney and Elouise, you can catch them in Break Free.
Do it.
So get your tickets now on thespie.com. And yeah, we'll see you next week for another amazing guest. But thank you so much, girls.
Thank you.
Thank you.